maybe according to like the GDP of certain countries, Americans would be like the average American would be
Mm-hmm.
wealthy. But oftentimes people try to take advantage of me because they assumed I had money and it was disposable. This happened a lot with taxi drivers in Russia and Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm.
But immediately once you show that you know the language and you're like, piss off, I know what you're doing, give me the right deal, they're like, oh crap, right? So, but that was one big one. Another one was just like little simple things, like all Americans, they only eat fast food, they wear jeans 24/7, stuff like that, and I don't do any of those things. And like when I told people I was an American, most people didn't believe it because I didn't have blonde hair, I didn't talk like American that they saw on TV, or like a lot of times they think they have that Southern accent, like y'all come back now, you hear type of thing. I can't even do it. So those can be really damaging, right? Because if you think that's what the culture is and people don't fit into that, you don't think of them as that culture and you ostracize them and kind of alienate them. But the flip is true too. So I had a lot of friends who knew nothing and family members who didn't know anything about Kazakhstan. And so, or Russia, for example. And there are a lot of myths and stereotypes about them, right? Like Russians are spies, or Russians, you have to be very careful because they're Soviets and they're communists. So they might be, even though it's a democratic country now, right? They might still be trying to do the KGB stuff. Or in Kazakhstan, there's a movie in the US that did a horrible portrayal of it called Borat. And so a lot of my friends assumed that's what the culture was like, that it was very misogynistic, chauvinistic, and was very backwards. And that's totally not the case. And so I pushed back on those. So when I went back to the US, I would always share the Kazakh and the Russian culture, tell them that this is what it's like, this is my experiences, you should never believe what you see. And so I think it's hard when you don't have the chance to travel or you only see things on social media. So, and you don't like break out of that bubble. So you just assume what is in that bubble, what you see and hear is fact. And I don't know if a lot of people fact check anymore. So that was something I was pushing back on both fronts, which is very interesting for me. And it's something I think we all have to do.
I think about the Borat movie. I don't think many people like get the point that who is making fun of who, like, and like actually if you see the movie, like they're trying to show like how people believe in stereotypes, like how they don't question and how they believe in, like, if I just say you that, oh, there is aliens and they're coming like here, or Russians are always spying on me, they just believed in their words or something like that. Yes, I think you should really know like who is making fun of who, or like what, it's a comedy and not take it too seriously.
And at the expense of whom, right? Like they used a random country that they thought no one would know. And they was supposed to be making fun of how stupid Americans are, but it was at the expense of an entire country and culture, right?
Yeah.
They thought it was like a made up, like no one would know. So people think it's a made up country, but it's real. These people are real. They have real customs and cultures and beliefs. And it made it seem like they were like bad. And that's not okay. Even if you're trying to show that another culture is really stupid. My culture.
Yeah. Well, that was surprising that they made a second part for the movie.
Yeah,
I really didn't like it. Well, jokes are funny. I watched it, but still, like, they're still making fun of our country, and that's not really what I want my country to be represented to the whole world. So yeah, that's what I would say. But also about the taxi drivers, I think everywhere they try to take advantage of you. It also happened with me in Austria.